Here comes the storm. Here comes the storm.
What is up, Scarknight, bringing you Let's Play Pokemon Emerald version episode 3. In the last episode, we go talk to our daddy after Wally, who is the luckiest person on earth. Let me just mention this right now, that he actually got a Pokemon from my dad, who didn't give a Pokemon from me, and I would never get over it. Gave a Pokemon, gave one Pokeball. He saw a Ralts in the first time, the rarest thing in the first route, and caught him in the only Pokeball he had. That is very lucky. And I'm out here because there's this guy named Scott that told us, oh, we're not talented enough, he's looking for talented trainers, and I'm here in the pond going like, what the heck? I'm talented! And just so I could point out right now, I am in post-commentary mode. I'll tell you why in a second. Well, I guess I could tell you now, but there is another guy in the pond just a little bit downward. And yeah, this is post-commentary. Basically, I don't know what happened. I have a new mic set right now. I have a new headset. It's pretty much the same one. I got a discount, $10 off, pretty much the same headset, and the other ones are broken. I finished all the way to episode 7 in Majora's Mask, and when I tried to do you know, Emerald, it didn't work out. But yeah, let's go to this guy right here. He's down here. I don't know why he's looking at his reflection, but he is. Let's see what's talk to you, and let's see what you have to say. My face reflected in the water, a shining grin full of hope. Or could it be a look of somber silence struggling with fear? What do you see reflected in your face? I see talent, personally. I'm just saying that. I'm just throwing that out there. But yeah, in this episode, I am going to go talk about the menu right quick, because I have not done that, and I wanted to do that in the last episode, but it goes over the time limit, and then therefore I won't have much time to do so. I think this episode, because I'm not sure yet, I'm not done editing the ending part of it, it's going to sit around 35 minutes. But I am going to go talk about the menu, and another reason that this is post-commentary, like the new headset for some reason glitched up, and it makes no sense. It absolutely makes no sense, because I did this episode, I looked over it, so many audio clips, and another reason why I could just re-record is because I did another episode because I got excited, and also I feel like I'm left behind because it's like been a month since I got this headset, and I tried to work everything out in spring break, because I did have spring break, and I tried to invest my time working on my channel, you know, trying to finish videos, because I did episode 3 and 4, and I believe 5 as well. So yeah, for right now, let's just go talk about the menu, because I've been talking too much, just dawdling right here, and I guess I'm not gonna do it yet. Oh, I guess I am, never mind. So, let's talk about the Pokédex. So, if you want to skip this, then you can. But, like, if you look at this, it says seen 9 Pokemon and owned 1 Pokemon. You do, if you notice, there was Mudkip who had a Pokeball right next to it. But if you, but yeah, there's a Pokeball right next to Mudkip, like I was trying to say. We obviously own Mudkip, or Cartman. We don't own Trico or Poochyena, as you see right there. There's no Pokeball next to it, since we only got the 1. And, when you're looking at the information, when you don't own a Pokemon, all you'll get is these question marks, and there's a footprint in the bottom right-ish, not really the bottom right-ish, bottom right where the Trico picture is, and yeah, he's just 001. But if you look at a Pokemon with information on it, it'll say on land it can powerfully lift large boulders by pounding its 4 feet and heaving. It sleeps by burying itself in soil at the water's edge. 007 James Bond Mudkip or Cartman, Mudfish Pokemon, 1 foot 4 inch, 16.8 pounds, and the footprint's right there. Yeah, I will provide a skip button just in case you already know about this stuff, but if you want to stick around, I'll provide like the natures and stuff. But right here I'm showing that Mudkip, Trico, and Torchic are pretty much bad examples on like looking at the area because they're only available when Professor Birch like gives you the option. Otherwise, you'll never find them again unless you like trade with yourself or trade with other people. But let's look at a Pokemon that does have areas just everywhere pretty much. Like Poochyena, probably the most common Pokemon in the game. Even though I think Zigzagoon is, but really it is Poochyena because let's just say certain teams use them a whole bunch. But yeah, the blinking light I'm pretty sure is just referring to the forest because I think that's the only forest area. Not technically true, but yeah. So yeah, I just feel like talk about everything in the menu. But let's look at another Pokemon like Zigzagoon here, where is another common Pokemon, and obviously the blinking light means that they are there. So if you look at a Pokemon's cry and all etc, because I want to look at the Pokemon that we already own. This is the cry. So yeah, this is the size compared to Stan, so he's about knee high, or she's about knee high, especially since this Finn is like twice the height, or I guess it's the same height as them. But yeah, that's pretty much it about the Pokédex, except for the search menu, but the search menu is self-explanatory. You could just find the Pokemon you want to look for as long as you have seen it. So now let's talk about stats. Talk about stats right here. Okay, so let's look at Cartman's stats just so I could look at this right quick. So OT stands for Owning Trainer, or OT2 Stan. It's water type, and the newest thing compared to Generation 1 and 2 is abilities and natures. So Torrent ups water moves in a pinch. When it's in red health, the water type moves will get stronger. And Naughty Nature, and that was right on the money, that raises attack and lowers special lowers special defense. So yeah, and it also says meta at level 5, Route 101. And yeah, these are the stats right here. But let's go with the item first. The items are different variations of stuff that they could hold. Such it could be up to like holding or giving you health, giving more damage dealing stuff. There's a lot of variations of items, and ribbons are pertain to Pokemon contest related. And now that there's stats here, HP stands for health points or hit points. Well, you'll see 31 out of 31. As soon as it hits the 0, that means your Pokemon is fainted. Attack and special attack are two different things. Attack means physical on contact type of moves, such as tackle, body slam, double edge. And special attack is the projectile based type of moves, just like water gun, flamethrower, thunderbolt. But there is different exceptions, just like hyper beam's a physical move for some reason, shadow ball's a physical move, and bite and crunch are for some reason special attacking move. Defense is the resistance of the physical on contact type of moves. Special defense is the resistance of the projectiles. And speed is self-explanatory. Whatever Pokemon's faster will go first, and the slower Pokemon will go second. But just in case, there is something called the speed tie, where let's say another Mudkip we face that has 14 speed. That will result in a speed tie, which is like it will determine randomly who will go first. And sometimes you'll notice that the Pokemon will go 2 times in a row. That means it went slower the first time, and then the second time it went first. And of course there's the experience bar that will show you that whatever Pokemon will go to the next level. And that's pretty much it. I try to sum that up as quickly as possible. Good thing, good timing that the future, or I should say the past Scarknight already looked at this. But tackle, it says power 35, accuracy 95, charges the foe. I didn't even read that. Growl is a non-affecting move. No power, I should say, it's just an affecting move. No power needed, accuracy 100. Growl's Q-Leaf to reduce the foe's attack. This is to lower the physical on contact type of moves, like I was saying. But since it says accuracy 100, it could hit no matter what. But if there's a Pokemon that uses a move that lowers your accuracy, then you will be able to miss. And speaking of accuracy, there is Mud Slap, power 20, accuracy 100. Hurls mud into the foe's face to reduce its accuracy. This move is really helpful, and this is what I was talking about reducing accuracy. So even though the accuracy is 100, this could lower the accuracy. But there is moves that hit no matter what, like Aerial Ace and Swift. Water Guns, power 40, accuracy 100, squirts water to attack the foe. This is a move that would benefit us because Cartman here is a water type Pokemon, and since this is a water type move, it will give us same type attack bonus as TAB Stab, which gives us a 1.5 multiplier that will give it more damage than any other Pokemon would. So a Zigzagoon with Water Gun wouldn't do much damage as the same as Mudkip, even if they have the same stats, because typing does matter. Other than that, the last section in this thing is just the moves, except it's related to Pokemon contests, so I can't really, get into this. I'll get into it much later when I get to Pokemon contests, but not right now. So I got through all the stats, and I don't know where exactly I'm gonna put the natures, but that's pretty much it. But this is our bag. It just holds our berries right here. I could swear I had orange berries, but I guess not. We just had Pecha berries, but we could check the tag right here. It will show us what type of flavor I guess it is. So it's sweet, very sweet and delicious, also very tender, handled with care. 1.6 in inches, I'm assuming, and is very soft. And and I believe orange berries for some reason are like just every single one, so it's spicy, sour, sweet, I don't know, it makes no sense. TMs and HMs. TMs is optional for you to teach a Pokemon just in case it benefits it, and not all Pokemon knows all the TMs, and HMs are sometimes moves that are required in the game. And that's pretty much it about HMs, but we'll get into TMs and HMs when we probably in the next episode, except maybe for HMs. Pokeballs. Okay, so a tool used for catching wild Pokemon, we already established this, but the premiered ball is a rare ball made in commemoration in some event, which is used for shiny Pokemon, well, I get into much later as well. So these are the different variations of items. It could heal your Pokemon, heal the status, but I already mentioned that there's just so many variations of items. Just anything you find on the ground, you'll pick up and you'll put them in this bag pocket. So yeah, pretty much it. And I believe the last pocket is the key items pocket. These are definitely items that are required in the game. I guess the exception is like Pokemon Crystal, where they give you the red scale or something. That's not exactly required. Well, technically it is, but that's pretty much it about the bag. Just all the items and such. But this is our trainer card. This is where all our badges gonna be. It shows our money, it shows how many Pokemon we have, and it shows how long we've been playing. It also shows the ID number on the top right corner. So yeah, and flipping over the card is kind of weird because it doesn't really do much. And everything else I already explained and shown off: save, options, and pressing the exit button. And just like that, we're done with the menu, and I feel like battling, so you battle me.
Oh, I'm not a trainer, but that's right. If trainer's not cars, it's challenge to a battle. If you don't want to battle, stay out of their sight.
Oh, okay, so I guess she's not a trainer. But yeah, we're finally done with that, and leaving footprints in the sand is so fun! Okay, so youngster Billy would like to battle, and he sent out Zigzagoon, and I got my Cartman. So yeah, if you did stay tuned to the thing, thank you very much. I'm gonna put the natures in there just in case somebody would like to know about that, and somebody really wants to know docile nature or something like that. By the way, docile is neutral. But yeah, so there's a Seedot right here. Seedot is a Pokemon that you should be careful with, only because it has the move Bite, and just in case you do more than half damage. And it always, having Bite early on is very dangerous, but sometimes a Pokemon, like right here, you'll see that he's using Bite right now. I decided to use Growl. I'm pretty sure in that range I could kill Seedot because it only took me like 2 tackles to kill it. Or not 2 tackles to kill it. 2 tackles to get it to half health, and I'm pretty sure 2 tackles from here would kill it. But I didn't want to risk it just in case it lived by 1 or something. Because it did harden, so who knows really. I'm pretty sure I could have killed it. But now Carmen's level 11. And yeah, for this episode, I got Sandy in my rummers. They're all greedy. For this episode, we're gonna go clear out this route and get to a certain place. But right here, I'm trying to find an item. There's 3 items in this little sand floor thing, and I'm having troubles finding the first item because I don't know, I just have trouble memory with that type of stuff. But yeah, pretty much it's right there, a hard skill. A hard skill is used for, I believe, relearning moves. If I'm not, then there's gonna be something on the annotations, but there's an antidote. I think I already explained what that is. And the last item I do remember is right here, and it's a potion. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I already explained what the antidote is. It just heals poison. But let's talk to you. Right here, sir. The sea, huh? I wonder what it's like at the bottom of the sea. I fished up a tough-looking Pokemon. It has this magical quality to it. It surely looks tough. Yes, it does. Oh, jeez. That sounds all too familiar. He fished up a Pokemon with the magical quality? Oh my gosh. Fisherman Darian sent a Magikarp. So, just in case nobody... I'm assuming the majority of you play Pokemon before. But just to, you know, just for the people that never played Pokemon that don't feel left out, that's why I always talk about the stats in every Let's Play of Pokemon. But yeah, what I was trying to get into, if you never played Pokemon before, Magikarp is probably the Pokemon that will never do anything to you unless it's level 15 when it learns Tackle. But since it's not level 15, all it could do is Splash. And it is pretty defensive, so it could take hits, but that's pretty much about it. It's gonna eventually die. What the? I kind of said that delayed, but hey Magikarp, you sure don't live up to your name, do you, buddy? But yeah, let's go inside this place. I guess there's nobody here. Alright, let's leave. It's kind of rude just staying around somebody's place. Mr. Briny's cottage. Okay, let's talk to you.
That seaside cottage is where Mr. Briny lives. He was once a mighty sailor who never feared the sea, however stormy.
Okay, so there's actually up here, there's actually some berries. Like here's 2 more Pecha berries. And on the brown tree with blueberries, that should be orange berries, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so let's go pick up these orange berries. Because I could swear I had 2 earlier on, but I guess I healed it in the last part. Or I could just be thinking of this recording. I'm not sure. But right here, this is where Rich Boy Winston used to be. Because this route is Route 104, or is it 101? I forget.
We must have been fated to meet. May I ask you for a battle?
We certainly shall, madame. I don't know. But Lady Sydney would like to battle, and she sent out a Zigzagoon. Go Cartman! And Rich Boy Winston, I don't know. It's a bit hard to explain, but the route splits off, and it goes to the other side of an area that's in the middle. I don't know, but in the Ruby and Sapphire they change places. I don't know for a fact if Lady Cindy's on the other side, but right here you're gonna see one of the most jerkiest things they could do in the beginning of the game, and that is rich boys and ladies use full restores. And full restores is probably the most expensive healing item in the game. I'm not sure about if Max Revive is more expensive. Full restores heals your status and your health to completely full health, no matter what. Even if you have more than 200 HP, it will heal that. And yeah, we defeated Rich Lady. It's because her name's not like Rich Girl or Rich Lady or anything. Lady Cindy.
Oh my!
Okay, so right here we're gonna go talk about the Pokemon, and I also want to mention that $1,400 is a lot of money. So the first Pokemon is, and by the way, I accidentally go in here. Okay, so the first Pokemon in this route is Tailo. Tailo is a Pokemon that is a bit frail, to be quite honest. His defenses are low, but the speed is really great. And I like his Pokédex description. It says that Tailo is a brave and confident little guy that will even go up against Skarmory. That's not the exact words, but it's close to it. When it evolves into Swalo, level 22. Well, basically, Swalo and Tailo, they're more like the Pidgey family and the Hoodoo family. They're all those go-to flying types from generations onward as well. Swalo can learn the ability Guts, which raises attack when it's in trouble, like around the red health. And yeah, that's pretty much it about Swalo. The next Pokemon is Marill. Marill is a water type Pokemon, not quite yet a fairy type also. It does have a baby Pokemon as well. I will get into the evolution, but first, let's talk about the pre-evolution. If Marill or the evolution breeds with itself, or like not really breed with itself, but breed with another evolution species, or breed with that into its family. Also, the egg group, you guys know what I'm talking about here. Holding the sea essence, it would evolve, or it would hatch into Azurill. Azurill is a normal type Pokemon, very strange, but I don't know exactly why they made it that way. In future games, in the 6th generation and onward, Azurill is a fairy type Pokemon. It evolves via friendship into Marill. Now Marill evolves into Azumarill at level 18. Azumarill, it's a Pokemon that get underestimated a lot, to be quite honest, because some abilities it can learn is like huge power, and that raises attack by a whole lot, and it could be pretty devastating. And it's a very bulky Pokemon as well, and it's really hard to take down. The other thing is, I noticed that Marill, every time you go up against him, it pretty much doesn't give you good experience at all. But yeah, that's all the Pokemon in this route. And by accidentally walking into the next area, let's go revisit that area, and that is Petalburg Woods. And let's go do the bios on these Pokemon. Or the newest Pokemon is Slackoff. Slackoff is a normal type Pokemon. I believe the ability it knows is Truant, where it would attack one turn, and the next turn it would like take a break, so it basically skips your turn and lets the Pokemon attack you twice. Very bad ability, but I don't know. It evolves into Vigoroth at level 18. Vigoroth actually is the complete opposite of Slackoff, where it has the ability Vital Spirit, which means it will never fall asleep, and is very awake and very active, and it reminds me of those Yetis from the Mummy 3, if anybody's seen those. Vigoroth evolves into level 36 into Slacking. Slacking could be very, very devastating. Look at his stats, it just goes off the charts. It's like, oh my gosh, my picture, are you alright? Because it literally goes out to a point where I can't fit the number. But I believe that the stat is, I don't know, I'll put it on screen because I forgot at the moment. I think it's like 230, 130, I forget, 150. I know I got to 200 to lower, but there's nothing to really go on about. Slacking is a very, very dangerous Pokemon indeed. But it also knows the ability Truant, just like Slackoff, but don't let it fool you. It could deal damage. The smartest thing to do is to give it Hyper Beam, like the strongest physical move actually. The Hyper Beam is physical in this generation. Because after Hyper Beam you need to recharge, and since he has his Truant ability, you know, it's gonna be like that pretty much anyway, so yeah. There is one more Pokemon, and it is Shroomish. Shroomish is a grass type Pokemon. It's mostly defensive, but it's nothing to, I don't know, I like Shroomish. Pretty much He knows the ability Effect Spore, or I think in future games he also knows Poison Heal. But Effect Spore, I already explained, it randomly, when it's hit by a contact move, it randomly gives you one of the three, whether it's Paralyzation, Poison, or Sleep. And for Poison Heal in future generations, when it's holding a poison item or being poisoned, it heals itself instead of take it little by little. So that's it about Shroomish, and I would get into the evolution, but the only thing is, I'm actually gonna catch this Pokemon. You heard me right, I'm actually gonna go catch this Pokemon, and the first Shroomish that I see happens to be female, which is always funny because I don't know what's with it. Ever since they put genders in Pokemon games, it seems like the majority of the time I get female Pokemon, which is I'm okay with because they're kind of harder to find than male Pokemon. But right here, Shroomish got me paralyzed thanks to his ability of Effect Spore. And it's level 6, which I believe is the highest level, you know, Shroomish could be in this area, so that's a good thing. So let's use a Premier Ball. Hopefully I will catch it. And 3, click. Gotcha, Shroomish was caught. And of course, I'm actually gonna name it after a South Park character. So data is added to the Pokédex. And anytime I can press A, please. It loves to eat damp composite soil and forest. If you enter a forest after a long rain, you can see many Shroomish feasting on composite soil. Number 34, Shroomish Mushroom Pokemon, 1 foot 4 inch, 9.9 pounds, and the footprint is in the, do I call it the middle right? I don't know, it's not in the bottom right, but then it's in the, I'll just say it's the middle right. But now, I'm gonna call it after, or name it after a South Park character, so what character will I name it? Well, Shroomish is green, and, you know, a lot of people know what a green character in South Park is, and it starts with a K, Y, and L, and E. That's right. But yeah, I'm gonna go name it Kyle. And this is what Kyle looks like, and just for the hay of it, this is what Cartman looks like. Because I didn't show it to begin with. But that's pretty much it. We got ourselves Kyle, and now right here I decided to go check on its stats, because I want to know about its nature. And Kyle's nature is actually a bold nature, which, if you want to hear the original recording, it's a bold nature. And of course we got Effect Spore, it's a grass type Pokemon. Let's see. Bold nature. Bold nature. Let's see. I think it lowers attack and raises defense, if I'm not mistaken. That might not be the best, but I'll deal with it. I'm pretty sure I'm right, though, because I could swear attack and special attack is supposed to be the same. And I know for a fact defense, especially defense, is supposed to be the same. So I'm pretty sure defense is risen, so... Not the best nature, but I'll deal with it. I do love the fact that it's a female, though. That's my favorite part about this. I figure out that it lowers attack and raises up defense, which is, to be honest, that's not that good. But I'll take it even if it's like not a really good nature for a Shroomish. I'll explain why when it gets to the evolution. It's pertained to the evolution is why it's not the best nature for a Shroomish. And of course, I already mentioned Effect Spore and Poison Heal in the bios, and that's pretty much it. So right here, there's a secret item, and it's a potion. And there's actually a portion down there that could reach you to a whole new place. And there's another item. A Pokeball. Okay, let's see what you have to say.
You're a thief if you try to steal someone else's Pokemon. You should throw Pokeballs only at wild Pokemon. Like hello.
Alright, so I just want to mention right quick that later in this video it's gonna be a bit odd, but right here while I'm healing my Pokemon instead of going to the Pokemon Center for some reason, I'm just gonna say that at some point in the video when I'm battling the trainer of this route, or of this area of Petalburg Woods pretty much, you're gonna notice see a bit of a weird, I don't know, I couldn't really edit this because I tried to convert it into a different file because the ending just stops for the video, and like even if I upload it to YouTube, it stops at like 29 minutes and 50 seconds, and it does that when I convert no matter what. So I went to Adobe Premiere and then converted there, like at only the ending portion, and it did it, except it replays the same part over and over, and then it moves over to the next minute. Really hard to explain, but hopefully you guys get it. But I tried to edit as much as possible, and it went, like, if I put it together, it goes so freaking fast. And it's right here. This is the trainer I'm talking about. And I'm gonna face this person. I got a whole bunch of Pokemon. Go, go, go! My bug Pokemon team! I don't know why it goes so fast, but you're gonna see a bit of a strange, this is Bugcatcher Lyle. Bugcatcher Lyle, meet Kyle. But you're gonna see a bit of a strange editing stuff. You're gonna see moves not synced up right. You're gonna see certain stuff. But please forgive me on that. I tried my best. Usually the first 7 minutes of the video, I always have to put filler footage. And for the first time ever in episode 3, which is, I guess, is not gonna be the last time either, the last 7 minutes didn't work either. So, yeah. And I have to do post commentary, so this episode came out a bit wonky. I just want to point that out there. But yeah, around this range, I started talking about, because this is Bugcatcher Lyle, like I already mentioned, that around this section, I actually talked about something personal for once, because Bugcatcher Lyle, like, I know a person named Lyle, or I guess is a last name. I had a counselor named Miss Lyle, and Miss Lyle actually lied to. Okay, let me start from the beginning, because I don't want to get too ahead of myself. I always tend to talk ahead of myself, but Shroomish is doing a great job against these Wurmples. Basically, I'm at level 7 right now, and I learned Stun Spore, and Stun Spore paralyzes Pokemon. But this was back in my high school days, and I had a counselor named Miss Lyle, and of course I'm retelling the story because I said it around this portion of the video. And of course I FX poured on Wurmple, and now it's poison. But I wanted to mention that when I was in high school, I wasn't exactly the best student. So the counselor, Miss Lyle, thought I wasn't gonna graduate pretty much. So what she did is told my parents about it, like, oh, he's in danger of graduating. And this was like in the first quarter. I remember this. I had like 3 more quarters to go to change it around, because I did the math around that portion of my life, and I'm all like, I know for a fact I could graduate. I could, if I just pass my classes, you know, it'll be that easy. And she didn't buy it. She just looked at the math and she was like, I don't think so. I should also probably mention that I was in 11th grade, so I had a whole another year coming around, and she just assumed that I didn't graduate. So basically she convinced, and right here you gotta notice a change in the volume. This means we're in the territory of the maybe noticeables, but if you haven't noticed it, that means I did a good job. And maybe, well, except for this is technical difficulties, because I don't know what happened to that footage, but it will come back, you know, just right now. I guess while I'm still talking about the whole counselor thing, she convinced my parents to send me to continuation school, and she said you can't do anything and you can't come back to your high school anymore. You're gonna have to stay in continuation school and like try to graduate there with the GED. I'm like, I don't think so. I'm probably gonna go to college, you know? You just go to college. And she's like, you can't go to college. You're gonna be in continuation school. So she convinced my parents that I couldn't even be in college. And Kyle's level 8. He's still doing a pretty good job catching up. So while I was in continuation school, because I did end up going, was that I only stood there for 2 months because I ended up going to college anyway, and I tried to go back to my high school, and I did. And when I went back to my high school, I told the vice principal that I wanted a new counselor, and I was the only student to have 2 counselors because they didn't want to replace the one I already had. So I was the only student that had bragging rights with that right. But I just wanted to finish that story right quick because right here there's a cutscene. Not a one to be found. Hello, have you seen any Pokemon called Shroomish around here? I really love that Pokemon.
I was going to ambush you, but you had to dwell on Petalburg Woods forever, didn't you? I got sick of waiting, so here I am, you Devin researcher. Hand over those papers.
Hey, you're a Pokemon trainer, aren't you? You gotta help me, please!
Huh? What do you think you're doing? What, are you going to protect him? No one who crosses Team Walk will get any mercy, not even a kid. Come on and battle me.
So right here, we're gonna go face Team Aqua. And in the Ruby version, you're gonna face Team Magma. And of course, obviously, Sapphire, you're gonna face the same. So for some reason, Emerald version, they let you face Team Aqua first. And just to finish my story, because right now Kyle's level 8 versus a level 9 Poochyena, because I did finish the story, but just in case you want to get a general idea of how I did in continuation school, the education there is so easy. It's like 3rd grade math, and they're basically 3rd, 4th, 5th, elementary style pretty much of education, and it was just way too easy for me. And I talked to their counselor, which was the nice counselor, and they helped me get into college and during my high school years, and that allowed me to come back to high school. So when I came back to high school, my counselor was in shock. She was like, "How did you go in college? I don't understand. You're not supposed to be in college. I mean, your GPA doesn't match like for you know, our high school standards." But what she didn't understand is that NOoo is not to her high school standards because it is to our high school standards, because I got a good GPA due to the fact that I'm in elementary style continuation school. And as I beat Poochyena, Kyle is at level 9, and we defeated them.
You're kidding me, you're tough. Gerd, you got some nerve meddling with Team Aqua. Come on and battle me again. I wish I could say that, but I'm out of Pokemon. And hey, we at Team Aqua are also after something in Rustboro. I'll let you go for now.
Phew, that was awfully close. Thanks to you, he didn't rob me of these important papers. Oh no, I'll give you a Great Ball as a reward. And we obtained the Great Ball, which is an upgrade of a Pokeball. So didn't Team Aqua Thug say they were after something in Rustboro? Oh, it's a crisis! I can't be wasting time! So that is gonna be it for this episode of Pokemon Emerald version. I know the text was a bit fast, but there was nothing I could do about it. Like, even if I slowed down by half, it would be desynced, so I do apologize. But next time, we're gonna get out of Petalburg Woods. So, White Tigers and Dragons to you.